Hello, and welcome to today's family program. I'm Dr. Kitcher, and it's always a joy to be with you. Another Tuesday is here, and I'm so happy because we are going to look into stuff that matters. Well, let me first welcome everyone who is here, especially for the first time, and also encourage you to spend a few moments to invite a friend and also like this program. Well, as you know, for those who have been with us for a while, our programs are based one on the other and it's continuing. So we always advise that you watch previous programs if you have not had the opportunity to do so. Well, today we are going to talk about something that is very important, creating the life you want. I mean, how many of you wouldn't want to see everything you desire, everything you crave for, everything you dream about, everything that you even fantasize about to become reality? It is possible to create the life you want. Whatever is thinkable is doable. But how do you move from where you are to the destination? This is what we are going to talk about. Very simple things, but they are so powerful. Many people, because they did not know and did not know how to take advantage of these opportunities, have not been able to achieve their aim. And they live life very, very frustrated and disappointed and sometimes feel inadequate. Well, to start with, let me say words. Words are so powerful that words can create your thinking. Words can create the emotions you have. Words can interfere or inform your decisions. Words can also, make you take actions. Words can create some habits for you. Words can form your character, and words can take you to your destination. We are going to look at these things because it is absolutely important. Once you know the power of words, you will be careful what you say, when you say, how you say, where you say, and so on and so forth. I believe strongly that sometimes you may be in conversation with someone, the person drops a word, and that word becomes, like a revelation. It becomes something that you are sort of, whoa, wow, this. And the whole day you begin to think about these things. And even as you continue thinking about them, then you begin to make some gradual steps. So words would actually affect your thinking. When you hear words, it gets into your consciousness and you begin to process it. So be careful how you receive words, and when it enters your thought patterns, how you process it over there. Because your thinking would eventually produce your emotions. Many people think people get emotional out of nothing. It could be because of a word that says, you ugly, you no good. And it gets into your ears and you start checking yourself. Hey, man, am I really that? No, I'm not. Then you start reacting either in defense or, in defiance or whatever it is. But your words would affect your thinking. And what your thinking does is that your thinking would also affect your emotions. Emotions have no intellect. Let me say that again. Emotions have no intellect. And when you see someone who is emotional, they react or act before they think. We must make sure that whatever we think about, before we move to the action, then we have to really process it. So your emotions would also determine or dictate your decisions. Your decisions. And decision is something that is so powerful that no man can be forced to do what he does not want to do. Even if you are a slave and you are forced to do something, because it's not your will, you actually are not the person doing it. So let me take you back once again that your words would affect your thinking would affect your emotions, and your emotions would affect your decisions. So before you make any decision, you have to remember, what word did I hear? How am I thinking about that? And how am I responding emotionally? Well, when it comes to decision, like I'm saying, it is your take. and you make the final decision. That is how powerful you are as a man. Nobody can commit a crime for you. When you decide to be part of a gang that goes to rob a bank, it is your decision that took you there. And that is why each and every accomplice would be sentenced according to his individual participation and contribution. Don't ever think you can go with, oh, somebody said it. No, your decision. And your decisions would then dictate what actions you take. So when you see people acting, most of the times, because it comes in a split second or whatever, we don't see the process, the thoughts, the things that goes behind. But a man taking an action would be because of some words he heard, some things that went into his mind, how he responded emotionally, the decision he took, and now based on the decision, he is going to act on the decision. Please be careful, because action is like firing a gun. When the bullet gets out of the gun, you cannot take it back. So before you act, think. Before you act, remember the words. Before you act, check your emotional levels. And your actions would eventually create the habit that you form. Because whatever action is done consistently over a period of time becomes a lifestyle. Then it becomes your habit. People who are addicted to different kinds of things, nicotine and all that, it's not because they just went by a factory where they were producing nicotine and then they got it, but they used it. They got stuck on it for consistency. Then your system becomes accustomed to that, and then it begins to now demand it at will. So it is very important that we actually check our decisions, because our decisions would take us into action, and our actions would make us behave or have a certain kind of habit. Now, whatever becomes your habit, over time, people relate you to that. So it becomes your character. Character is more important than your gift. Character is more important than your connections. Character is fixed. It is who you are, what you do. And people say, oh, this person is frank. This person is transparent. This person is stingy. This person is that. It is because of a whole lot of process that has gone on. So please, before you do anything, remember character is fixed. The alphabets are called characters. Numbers are sort of characters. When you see A, the letter A, anywhere you see the letter A, whether it's a capital letter or a small letter, you would be able to identify that this is letter A, because it is consistent, it is, running through, and it doesn't really, change. You could change the font, you could change, but the makeup of the letter, the character is always the same. Finally, your character would eventually lead you to your destination. Please remember that in life is not about the journey. Life is about the destination. That is why one of my favorite sayings is, journeying is good, but arrival is better. Destination is the essence of life. Where do you want to end at? Before you start, determine the end. It's like a building process. Before you see any project on site, it means it has been planned, it has been figured out, the plan has been passed, and the permit is issued, and then they go. So they build according to the plan. Let me go through what we have said today. That for you to arrive at your destination, you must be careful about the words you hear, because the words you hear would inform your thinking, and your thinking would affect your emotions. Your emotions would determine the decisions you make, and the decisions you make will also influence the actions that you take, and your actions will eventually become your habits, which will form into your character and lead you to a destination. This is today's family program. I'm Dr. Albert Kitcher, and I look forward to seeing you again here. Remember, you can determine the life that you want to live. Have a beautiful day, and see you next week. Bye-bye.